Right, so my communications teacher gave us an assignment where we have to link a YouTube video, and I thought, why not just make my own? Plus it makes it easier to reference. Okay, you ready? You ready? Okay, introduction. This following communication information technology, the effects it has on private and public business life, history, negative aspects, and the legislation involved with CIT. The legislation involved with CIT and Information on Comreg Act 2002. Okay, how CT affects me privately. Shirley Turkle's Reclaiming Conversation was a book published in 2016 states that the increased reliance on our gadgets, especially in social situations, has affected a decrease in empathy and creativity, pointing out a flaw in the private lives of the individual. Constant cellular connection has changed communication access and the ability to communicate globally, and the negative impacts that has on 7.62 billion people. Advancements arrive from opportunities and opportunities for private life, with 6 billion texts sent every day, 180 billion a month on apps such as WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, and South Korea's, I had to look this up, Keiko Talk. The world has never been more connected on every standpoint that needs to be shared. History of communication information technology. The telegraph, developed in the 1830s by Samuel Morse, which works by transmitting electrical signals over a wire laid between stations, became the first long-range form of communication since the letter. 5 years after the revolutionary event, Samuel Morse invented Morse code, widely used on his own telegraph. This followed an explosion in advancements such as Emil Berlind's inventor of the microphone in 1835, Philo Farnsworth's electrical television in 1923, Ray Tomlinson's email in 1971, Sir Tim Berners-Lee's invention of the World Wide Web in 1989, and up to the establishment of Google in 1998. Education aspects affected by computer information technology. CIT in education gives advantage to teachers to create lesson plans with more relevant global topics. As an additive for interest in the lesson ahead, CT strengthens the teacher-student relationship, giving 24-hour access to contact the educator for questions using applications such as email, Showbie, Moodle, and Zoom, and Google Classroom, have integrated into modern education completely. Introducing at-home classes and recordable lectures using the programs, while making it easier than ever for students to create the connection with their students in a non-pressure environment, such as school. CIT is not overlooked when it comes to student connections, making it easier than ever for multiple collaboration advancing of such tools as group chats, where valuable information is shared when it concerns the entire class, and direct messaging from student to student, building connection outside of the education. Negative effects. CT, like most advancements, has negative effects on the users. A study found that the increased use of technology may cause burnout, anxiety, loss of face-to-face social skills, hard to maintain well-being, mental strain, lack of sleep, and even depression. Cyberbullying online is a common commodity among online group activities, and the constant fear of your private information getting leaked is a serious problem with no legal repercussions yet. A scary reality for anyone who wishes to venture into online space, showing CT has both good and negative aspects. How CT affects public business and society. CT is a massive assistance for social benefit. Just as private advantages give access to more communication options, CT helps society determine how people interact with each other every day. Interactions between people online come with a decrease of communication and relation between human and interactive skills, less personal time. People do not have enough time for themselves since obligation to contact someone else is considered more than novelty, but to be expected. Society based around expectations that when you contact someone using CT, they should reply or it is considered rude. It's not a conversation, it's a privilege that is all too much taken for granted, adding sort of complexity to everyday life, shaping the way humans interact. AI has a significant impact on communication. Chatbots currently field over 25,000 conversations a month, with 75% of all companies incorporating automation tools such as email marketing, messaging, and social media engagement without any human contact or interaction at all. Advantages of video. A heavy use of CI in society is the adoption of video technology, with 6 in 10 Americans using video chat platforms for work and business purposes, and almost 5 billion videos on YouTube uploaded a day. It is widely accepted and used application today. Information through video format and communication through face-to-face screen interaction became a quicker and easier way to instruct others, track conversation, advances public and business life for the better. And the speed of video technology is transmitted to users. It's the biggest advantage. If it's visual, it makes it useful tool. Business. For all companies, the addition of CIT is everything they could ask for. Incorporating programs such as email and text messages decreases downtime away from working mind, even during vacations and weekends. The employer's access to communication is a massive advantage that can keep any business moving, especially with how addicting mobile devices can be. And the obligation to reply carries the business in all times of the year. Access to communication with employees is the best thing to happen for a business. When surprise events such as sick days or mishaps happen, it is easy to call employees with the drop of a number or a press of a button that increases business productivity with an added person over 100%. Legislation. Legislation is a law or set of laws that have been passed by the Parliament, the act of making new laws for the purpose for protection of people. The act that protects the people of Ireland is the Communication Regulations Act 2002, or ComReg, updated in 2016, which regulates telephone, telegraph, and radio communications at the federal level, giving the FCC authority to regulate the technology. The GDPR is a legal framework that sets guidelines for the collection and processing of personal information from the individual who lives in the EU, giving access to personal data from data controllers, which includes basic details, CCTV footage, the location data. The law forces data controllers allows data controllers to only use personal data for the purposes that you agreed to, and giving you the right to withdraw your personal data and have it erased. Communications Regulation Act 2002, or ComReg, is the stationary body responsible for regulations of the electronic communication sector in accordance with EU law, which is substantially transposed into Irish legislation. The Act has a range of functions in relation to provision of electronic communication networks. ComReg has surveillance and enforcement regulations. These include ensuring compliance with operators and obligators, promoting competition, contributing to developments of international market and internet market, promoting the interests of users within European community, ensuring the efficient management and use of radio frequency spectrum and the number from national numbering scheme, promoting the development of the postal sector and in particular the availability of the universal service, protecting the interests of the end users' premium rate services. In conclusion, CT, while having major negative effects, it is useful in both special, personal, business and private life, helping people communicate over longer distances for every problem that may occur in their lives, while also being regulated by ComReg and the legislations that affect the EU and ES. Development and consumption of these products are a useful tool, and taken carefully will assist humans for the rest and hopefully rest of time.